to my mind, Dizzy was one of the most wonderful gifts that God put on this earth. He was funny, he was humble, he was generous. Um, he could go off, but, you know, there were only a couple of times he yelled at me. And one time we were in, when we were in Africa, we were warned that you have to put all your valuables and your money in the safe, your passport. And when did he lose it? Yeah, so we're in Nigeria, and we're flying from Lagos to Benin City to perform. And it was a little airport, you know, one of those airports where, you know, there's a little control tower and a little waiting room and benches, you know, right like on the tarmac that people could look and watch the planes come. And Exxon or Mobil donated a plane to fly us there, a prop plane. And we get on the plane, and Dizzy falls asleep, which he did very often. And all of a sudden, he wakes up with a start, says, "Where's my bag?" Because he had, you know, in those days they had these little purses. And in the bag was $5,000 in cash, $2,500 in traveler's checks, his passport, and most importantly, his black book, which had the phone numbers of everybody from Louis Armstrong to Bill Cosby. And we searched the plane, and nowhere to be found. So the pilot radios back, and Dizzy had left this bag on the bench in the airport, on the tarmac. So they found it. Nobody had stolen it or anything. So the pilot gets us there, and we ask him to please get Dizzy's purse or bag. He flies back, and he has another flight. He diverts the flight, and I meet him on the tarmac, and he gives me the bag, and I gave him like $300 or $400 as a tip, which was probably his salary for 5 months. And he takes off. So now Dizzy is really trying to focus on his bag. So we're playing the concert. I said the safest thing to do, because he gave me the bag, but I'm running around doing stuff, so I gave it to a woman who was working with me, who was the most trustworthy person you could see, much more than me. She doesn't lose shit. I sometimes do. My glasses, my keys, my wallet. And I gave it to her, and she was holding it. Dizzy comes off stage. She says, "Where's my bag?" I said, "Well, Deirdre has it." And he went off on me. "I gave it to you." Blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, overall, he was not very temperamental. He was very easygoing and funny. But now, the next part of the story with his bag is we come back from Africa, and Dizzy's getting a Lifetime Grammy. So we fly out to L.A., and I forget what hotel we were staying at. It wasn't the Biltmore. Maybe it was the Beverly Hills or something like that, or Hilton. And Lalo Schifrin invites Dizzy to dinner, takes him to a very expensive Italian restaurant, and guess what? Dizzy leaves his bag there, and somebody steals it from a high-class, you know, very expensive restaurant. Gets stolen. In Africa, in the middle of Africa, they found it and gave it back to him. So now he has to go and call American Express to report his traveler checks and to get them canceled, get new ones. And the conversation goes, and he says, "I'm Dizzy Gillespie." And, you know, this is what happened. He says, "Well, how do I know you're Dizzy Gillespie?" So Dizzy says, "Call my lawyer and ask him who wrote Oobop Shabam. And if he tells you a Klugelmop, then you'll know I'm Dizzy Gillespie." So the guy called Dizzy's lawyer and went through this thing, called Dizzy back, says, "Mr. Gillespie, we'll send you your checks tomorrow." And he got the checks the next day.